Okay, so that's, I guess, enough of our sharing. There's one more thing that I wanted to do. You want to kick the slideshow up? We lost one of our very, very, very dear members this month. And I thought it would be kind of nice if, kill the light. We thought it would be nice if we would have a time of just kind of remembering and sharing about Alexei, our member that passed away about 2 weeks ago from unexpectedly from a heart attack. He was only 62 years old, and he was a valuable part of Bear Den. He hardly ever missed one. I think he missed one or two in the last year, over a year. So if anybody would like to say anything in memory of Alexei, why now would be the time. We've got a slideshow to show him at different Bear Den meetings here. Mike?
Yeah, well, I know Alexei before Bear Den. Actually, Alexei and I not even go back primarily through Dave Stevens here. I know he, and we had been out together on bar nights and stuff. Alexei also came to board stiff once in a while and played games. Alexei, he liked watching birds, and he was an author of books, and he had his hand in many different things. He was a very, diverse individual. And one thing that always made me, he once said this, he was very proud of it. He didn't watch TV. Didn't have a need for it, so whenever we played a game and stuff, because he did play a lot of the games I brought here, whenever there was a game about pop culture or something, forget it. He was just lost. He couldn't do it. Whenever we played a game that involved geography or history or something like that, he was right on it. It's like, oh my God, this guy's good. I mean, if I was ever like on a trivia team, I'd want to have him on my team just, for answering those questions. He was good at stuff that a lot of, people just aren't good at. So he was a very knowledgeable man and also a very sincere and sweet man, and I will miss him.
Well, I could say something. I really, honestly, I didn't know Alexei very well. I only knew him from Bear Den, and it was a surprise to me, all of the different communities in which he was involved, all of the different little sub-communities in which he was involved. But getting to know him, just chatting with him here at Bear Den, he was an absolutely brilliant man. And I have a great interest in linguistics, and there was just there's nothing like sitting down and talking with Alexei. He had a great knowledge of about over 60 different languages, and he could come in here and pick up pamphlets in Bengali and Punjabi and read them. Just an amazingly brilliant man, also an author, very gentle, very sweet, and I was greatly, greatly, greatly looking forward to getting to know him better and knowing him beyond the confines of Bear Den. And unfortunately, that's not to happen, but I do miss him very, very much.
Excuse me, it was very hard for me to say. Alexei, I've been saying for the last 26 years, is a person I've been proud to know as a friend. Okay, I love him very much. We were brothers, literally. But he was one of the most intelligent people I've ever known in my life. I mean, he said 60 languages. He spoke all 6 Celtic languages. He was a Celtic scholar unparalleled. He had the ability to be both pagan and Christian at the exact same time, which was a juggling act, believe me. And as Mike said, he was an expert on birds, on plants, flowers. He multi-religious. He knew religious culture like it was nobody's business. In fact, if you Google his name, among the other things you'll find is that he's listed as one of the 25 most influential pagans in the world today, along with many luminaries who have names like Raymond Buckland, Selena Fox, etc. He was very active in the gay community. He helped me start a group years ago called Ursus Major. Some of you may or may not have heard of that, which was a forerunner of something called Chugs for Chugs nowadays. and also the Galaxians, the Gay Lesbian Science Fiction Association, local group. And held a conference called Esotericon, which is a multi-religious conference. He was the program director. I didn't know jack about metaphysics. I just took over the thing to try to save it. He helped me by telling me what programs were good, what weren't, whatever. And his partner ran a coven in the cities, which is Children of Memory. I'm just trying to get this out to let you know that this by his passing, he's left a whole lot of people saying, what are we going to do next? The communities leaned on him like it was nobody's business. When there was a question about this or that, he was always the go-to person. And then there was his partner who's now ill in the nursing home, counting on Alexei for a lot of things. We don't know what he's going to do. His family's okay. Bottom line is, there are those of us who miss him. And we want to thank all of you who have met him, who have been his friends, and rest assured this was one of the high points for him. When he discovered Bear Den, he really enjoyed coming here. In fact, he just lived down the road a piece in Flushing. So he enjoyed it. He enjoyed all of you. So as his friend, I say thank you for welcoming him and being a very good community for him to be here. And thank you.
Anybody else?
No.
Joe?
I boasted about being a member of the community for many years. But when I was in the company of Alexei, I still felt like a student of this community because he knew so much, and he was so... One of the words that comes to mind when I think of Alexei, I think of humble, always willing to help, always had an ear, and with that big mustache of his, you saw a great big smile would come to his face a lot when he was talking. And he never looked down on anybody's education level. You just learned so much from just listening to him. And you know, he was a great guy. And in the short time that I know him within the Bear Den, I learned so much more, especially about Celtic culture as well.
Okay. Let's have a moment of silence in memory of Alexei. He will be missed. Thank you for sharing.